Dear students, coming to the exercise 2.4, the first question that we have is determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 as a factor. The first part is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Let us say this is px, the dividend. The divisor to be checked, gx is x plus 1. We'll use the factor theorem. For that, first we find the 0 of gx. So we equate x plus 1 as 0. This gives x as minus 1. Now if minus 1 is also a 0 of this px, then x plus 1 is a factor. That means if we find polynomial's value px at minus 1, what we'll get is minus 1 cube minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 cube minus 1 square minus 1 and right. So what will this give us? Minus 1 cube is negative 1, minus 1 square is positive 1, minus 1 and plus 1. They all cancel, alternatively giving us 0. Right? That means this implies what? X equals minus 1 is a 0 of px. This implies x plus 1 is a factor of px. So yes, x plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. In the second part, we are given the polynomial in x as x raised to power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. The same way what we do, we put up x plus 1 equals 0, finding x equals minus 1. And now we are directly going to find polynomial's value at x equals to minus 1. So what we have is minus 1 power 4, minus 1 power 3, minus 1 power 2, minus 1 and plus 1. Can we do this rapidly? This is positive 1. This is negative 1. This is again positive 1. This is negative 1. One positive 1 is left. The other two pairs are cancelled. So p minus 1 is 1. That means polynomial's value at minus 1 is not equal to 0. Hence, we can directly say x plus 1 is not a factor of px. Can we directly say it now? Because now we know the relation between the zeros and the factors. If a particular number is a 0, of any polynomial, then that particular number subtracted from variable is the factor of the polynomial. The third part, dear students, is x raised to power 4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1. What we have to do? Now can I directly find p minus 1? Because now I know x plus 1 has minus 1 as the 0. We have done two parts. Right? So finding it directly, what I get is minus 1 raised to power 4 plus 3 into minus 1 raised to power 3 plus 3 into minus 1 square plus 3 multiplied minus 1 plus 1. Find the values. This will be 1. This will be minus 3. This will be plus 3. This will be minus 3 and this will be plus 1. How much cancels? Minus 3 plus 1, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So p minus 1 is not equal 0. Hence, x plus 1 again is not a factor of px. Why it is not a factor? Because minus 1 is not a 0 of this polynomial. The fourth part, dear students, is x cube minus x square minus 2 plus square root 2 in the bracket with x plus root. As usual, we have to find polynomial's value at x equals minus 1 because factor being asked is the same, x plus 1. Right? So, finding this value, what we have is minus 1 square, cube, minus 1 cube, minus 1 square, minus 2 plus under root 2 into minus 1 in place of x minus 1 plus under root 2. Simple. Solve it out. That will give us minus 1. This will give us 1 again and minus sign. This minus 1 into minus will change the sign. This minus into minus. This minus into minus will give us plus. We can open the bracket 2 plus under root 2. Sign is changed. It has become plus. So they will remain as such. Plus under root 2. Solve it out. This is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2, 0. This much is 0. But these two are giving us 2 root 2. So we get 2 root 2. Is it 0? No. Since p minus 1 is not equal to 0, hence x plus 1 is not a factor of px. In almost all the cases, whenever we have to check a factor, we have simply to put it 0 in the place of the variable and we are able to assess whether the given is a factor or not. Dear students, in question number 2, what we are being asked is that we are given this. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting this focus at the moment. Yeah. What it is saying is use the factor theorem to determine whether gx is a factor of px in each of the following cases. So in the first part, we are given gx is x plus 1. As we know, we have first to put gx equals 0. This gives us the value of x as minus 1. To check whether it is a factor or not, value of polynomial at minus 1 should be 0. Right? So we can write this statement, x plus 1 is a factor of px if polynomial's value at minus 1 is 0. So we have p of minus 1. We have first 2 multiplied minus 1 cube plus negative 1's square minus 2 into negative 1's minus 1. What shall this give us? Minus 2. Minus 1 cube is minus 1. Minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. Square is positive. Minus into minus plus 2. That's minus 1. Are we getting cancelled? This gives 0. That means p minus 1 is 0. Hence, x plus 1 is a factor of px. The same method we had applied in question number 1, as it is the same method will be applied in question number 2. Now in second part of this question, what we are given is px is this and gx is now changed. It is x plus 2. So what we do, we first find the 0 of gx, which is minus 2. Right? Now we can say gx or x plus 2 is a factor of px if p of minus 2 is 0. So let us find polynomial's value at minus 2. We'll get minus 2 cube plus 3 minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 1. Solve it out. We get this as negative 8. Negative 2 square, positive 4. Positive 4 into 3, 12. 3 into minus 2, 6 plus 1. Minus 6 minus 8, minus 14 and plus 13. So we are getting this as minus 1. So polynomial's value at minus 2 is not equal to 0. Hence, x plus 2 is not a factor of px. As you might have seen, we are following the same pattern, the same method in almost every case. One method is the same. In every case, we are finding the value of the polynomial at a particular value of the variable. If it's 0, it's a factor. If it is not a 0, it's not a factor. In the third part of this question, what we are given is the polynomial px is x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6, and the divisor to be checked is x minus 3. So what we do, as usual, x minus 3 equals 0 gives x equals 3. That means x minus 3 is a factor of px if polynomial's value at 3 is 0. We'll check it. Polynomial's value at 3 will give us 3 cube minus 4 multiplied 3 square plus 3 plus 6. Solve it out. 27, 9. 9 4 ja 36. Can we add this as 9? 27 and 9. 36 minus 36. This is 0. Right? We can say since P3 is 0, hence x minus 3 is a factor of px. In fact, that is the only method we can apply for verifying it as a factor. Now in question number 3, what we are being told to find is the value of k, provided that x minus 1 is a factor of the polynomial in this case. Right? How shall we go about solving this? Method remains the same. If x minus 1 is a factor, then putting x minus 1 equals to 0 implies x equals to 1 is a 0 of px. That means polynomial's value at 1 should be 0. The same method, we put up 1 in place of x and equate it to 0. So what we get is 1 square minus 1 plus k should be 0. This implies that 1 minus 1 0. So k should be equal to 0. So in this particular case, we can say the constant term will not be there, so that x minus 1 is a factor of this particular polynomial. Right? The same method remains valid for almost many kind of questions. The second part, dear students, is the polynomial given is twice x square plus kx plus root 2 for the same factor. That means we have to find again p1. We can write the statement x minus 1 is a factor if polynomial's value at 1 is 0. So we find out P1. What it will be? 2 into 1 square plus k multiplied 1 plus under root 2, and this should be 0 because x minus 1 is given to be a factor. Solve this out. This will be 2 plus root 2 plus k should be 0. We have to find k. We shift this whole as a bracket with change sign to the other side. This tells us k should be negative of 2 plus under root 2. K should be negative of 2 plus under root 2. So in this case again, what we have done, we have equated the value of the polynomial at the given value to be equal to 0. Solving the equation, we are able to find the value of k. The third part, dear students, is k square minus root 2x plus 1. Again, we have to put x as 1. So we directly put p1 should be 0. That means k multiplied 1 square minus root 2 into 1 plus 1. This should be 0. This should give k. Root 2 and 1 we can transfer to the other side. We get the value of k as under root 2 minus 1. Right? The fourth part of this question is kx square minus 3x plus k. Let us do it fast because the same method is being used. P1 we have to find. That should be k into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus k, and this should be equated to 0. Right? Can we solve it out? What shall this give us? K plus k, twice k. This negative 3 to the other side. Take this 2 downwards, we get k equals 3 upon 2. So for making x minus 1 as a factor of this polynomial, the value of k should have been 3 by 2. So question number 4 of this exercise is, you are given to factorize quadratic expressions, and please remember, whenever quadratic expressions are there, first we may try splitting the middle term. If that is possible, we don't have to use factor theorem, right? So we see over here in the first part we have the required product is 12 multiplied 1, that is 12. For getting this product, what we do is we split 7 as 3 plus 4. While splitting this, what we see is 3 plus 4 is 7 and 3 into 4 is 12. So that way we are able to factorize it. We can write this as 12x square minus 3 plus 4. In place of 7, 3 plus 4 into x plus 1. What we get is 12x square minus 3x minus plus minus 4x plus 1. Take out common 3x. We have 4x minus 1. Only minus 1 is common. And since minus sign is taken common outside, this plus will change into minus. We get the same bracket 4x minus 1. Take it common. What is left is 3x minus 1. So what we say, the factors are now 4x minus 1 multiplied with 3x minus 1. Right? In the second part, what we are seeing is the product is 6, the sum is 7. What we can do, We can take this 7 as 6 plus 1. 6 into 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So we can split it as 2x square plus 6x plus x plus 3. Take common 2x. We have x plus 3. Nothing is common, that is 1. So we have x plus 3 as one factor and 2x plus 1 as the second factor. So that's quite easy, splitting the middle term method. Now in third part, the first thing that we observe is the last number is negative. The constant one is negative. What we have assessed is, whenever the last one, the constant number is negative and the first square term is positive, the middle term will be split as difference. What is the product? Product is negative 36. What is the difference this case? Difference is 5. We put it as 9 minus 4. 9 4 is 36. 9 into minus 4 minus 36. 9 minus 4 is 5. So we put 5 as 9 minus 4. What we get is 6x square. 9 minus 4x minus 6. Operate this bracket. 6x square plus 9x minus 4x minus 6. Take common 3x. We have twice x plus 3. Take common 2. We have twice x plus 3. Why plus? Because outside we have taken negative sign. So this gives us twice x plus 3 as common bracket and 3x minus 2 as the factors. Right? In this case again, fourth part, we see the last term is negative with first positive. So the product is 3 multiplied minus 4, that is minus 2. And we have to get difference as 1. We have the numbers here only. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 4 into minus 3 is 12. So we split this as 3x square minus 4 minus 3x minus 4. Open the bracket. 3x square minus 4x minus into minus plus 3x minus 4. Take out common, only x. We have 3x minus 4. Take out common 1. 3x minus 4. Take this common bracket, 3x minus 4. The remaining part is x plus 1. So that is the answer for the factorization of this quadratic polynomial. Dear students, question number 5 is giving factorization, this time of cubic polynomial. What we do, we list it as px. Now remember, in one of the examples what we said, whenever cubic is there, we'll first observe the coefficient of highest degree term as 1 and find out the factors of the constant terms. We can say factors of 2 are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, only 2 factors. We can try them one by one. First we try P1. That will be 2 multiplied 1 square minus 1 plus 2. Sorry. That should be 1 cube minus 2 multiplied 1 square minus 1 plus 2. Will that give us 0? 1 minus 1, 0, 2 minus 2, 0. So this will give 0. That means x equals 1 is a 0 or x minus 1 is a factor of px. Now we have found one factor. What we can do? We can divide with it the given polynomial. So we divide with x minus 1. We divide x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. X cube upon x square. Now you must be comfortable with this division method. X square. What we get is x cube minus x square. Cancel. Minus 2 plus 1. Negative x1. Copy down negative x plus 2. Negative x square upon x. Negative x. Negative x square upon this x. Negative x. So negative x into x. Negative x square. Negative x into minus 1. Positive x. Minus into minus. Plus. Change the signs. As usual, cancel this. Same signs, they are getting added up. Minus 2x plus 2. Minus 2x by x. Minus 2x by x. Minus 2. So minus 2. What we'll get is minus 2 into x. Minus 2x. Minus 2 into minus 1 plus 2. Are they getting cancelled? The remainder is 0. So what we say, our polynomial px should be a multiplication of divisor into quotient x minus 1 into x square minus x minus 2. Now this is quadratic, can we factorize it? The product required is minus 2. The sum required is 1. So we can say this one is 2 minus 1. So this should be x minus 1 multiplied with x square minus 2x plus x minus 2. Minus 2x plus x is minus 1. Minus 2 into plus 1 is minus 2. Got it? So let us put this as px equals x minus 1. What is common? X. Take this bracket as good. X is common. Here only 1 is common. We get x minus 2. What we are getting is px as x minus 1, x minus 2 and x plus 1. That means if we had taken the value of x as 2 or minus 1, again we would have got 0. Dear students, the second part of this question is again a cubic polynomial. What we do, we first check the coefficient of highest degree term. It is 1. So we check the factors of 5. They are positive negative 1 and positive negative 5. No other whole number factor is possible. So what we do, we first of all check with 1 or minus 1. If positive 1 are being checked, we can roughly see it is not giving 0. So let us check with minus 1. That will be minus 1 cube minus 3 into minus 1 square minus 9 into minus 1 minus 5. That will give us minus 1 minus 3 plus 9 minus 5. Negative sum is 5, 3, 8 and 1, 9. Negative 9 and plus 9, it is 0. That means x equals minus 1 is a 0 and x plus 1 is a factor. So we'll divide with x plus 1. We have to divide x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Right? Do it fastly. We'll have x square. What we get is x cube plus x square minus 4x square minus 9x minus 5. Minus 4x square by x will be minus 4x. So we'll have minus 4x square. Minus 4x into 1 will be minus 4x. signs changed. This will cancel. This we get as minus 5x minus 5. So minus 5 will be the next number. Minus 5x minus 5. And this cancelled will give us 0. So what we have is px equals x plus 1. X square minus 4x minus 5. Now again the product required is negative. That means the middle term should be split as a difference. We'll take minus 4 as minus 5 plus 1. So what we have is px is x plus 1. We have x square minus 5x plus x minus 5. Take out commons. We have x plus 1. X will be common. X minus 5. 1 will be common. X minus 5. So what we are getting is x plus 1, x plus 1 and x minus 5. This is a particular case where we can say alone with the factor theorem we cannot find all the factors, particularly when the factors are repeated once. And that's why in most of the cases you will see we have to find one of the factors or such a number of factors sorry, so that after dividing it we are able to convert it into quadratic, and then we can use splitting the middle term method. The third part, students, of this question is having all the terms positive and the last number is 20. We have little more factors of 20. They are positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 4, positive negative 5, positive negative 10 and positive negative 2. Check out 1 into 20, 2 into 10, 4 into 5. All the pairs are there. Here one thing I will tell you, whenever in any higher degree polynomial, more than 2, that means 3 or more, if all the terms are positive, the positive values will not give us a factor. The positive values of x will not give us a 0. So we'll directly try out negative values. We'll try out negative 1. We'll have negative 1 cube plus 13 into negative 1 square plus 32 into negative 1 plus 20. What we get is minus 1 plus 13 minus 32 plus 20. 33, 33, 0. That means x equals minus 1 is a 0 of px, or x plus 1 is a factor of px. So we'll divide with x plus 1. We have to divide x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. X cube upon x, we get x square. Subtract, sign change, cancels. 12x square plus 32x plus 20 carried. 12x square upon x, we get 12x. We get 12x square plus 12x. Sign change, cancel, 20x plus 20. We are able to directly assess 20 as the quotient, and 20x plus 20 is giving us total remainder as 0. So what we are left to factorize is x square plus 12x plus 20. And as we can see, 10 plus 2 is 12, 10 into 2 is 20. So what we have is we directly factorize it over here. X square plus 12x plus 20 will be x square plus 10x plus 2x plus 20, or x into x plus 10 plus 2 into x plus 10. This gives us x plus 2 multiplied with x plus 10. So what are the three factors? I'll write it over here. Factors are, the first one was x plus 1, the second is x plus 2, and the third is x plus 10. So that way we are able to find out all the factors of this cubic polynomial. The fourth and the last part, students, of this question is twice y cube plus y square minus 2y minus 1. Now we are left with only one choice, plus minus 1. What we do? We check out P1. We get 2 into 1 square plus 1 square minus 2 into 1 minus. We get it? We are getting this as 2 plus 1 minus 2 minus 1. This cancel, we are getting 0. That means we can say y minus 1 will be a factor. Since y minus 1 is a factor, we divide by y minus 1. We divide the polynomial twice y cube plus y square minus twice y minus 1. Now we are accustomed twice y cube upon y, twice y square. So twice y square into y, twice y cube. Twice y square into minus 1, twice y square. Cancel. Plus y square plus 2y square plus 3y square, 3y square. Minus twice y minus 1. Same process, 3y square upon y, 3y. So plus 3y. What we get? 3y square. 3y into minus 1 minus 3. Change sign. Cancel it. 3y minus 2y, y minus 1. The same is being repeated, put 1. So we get y minus 1, or the remainder is 0. Now we have to factorize. What is py? Py is y minus 1 twice y square plus 3y plus 1. Now this time both of them are positive, product is 2 and the sum is 3. We can take this 3 as 2 plus 1. So what we are getting is Py as y minus 1 twice y square twice y plus 1. 2y plus y, 3y. 2y plus y, 3y. I have split it. Right? What I get is y minus 1. Common is twice y. What we get is y plus 1. Common only 1, y plus 1. This gives us y minus 1, y plus 1 and twice y plus 1. So these are the three factors of this polynomial. So this way we are able to apply the factor theorem in most of the cases, and we have understood one thing very clearly, that whenever we are given a 0 of any polynomial, that 0 subtracted from variable gives us the factor, and this correlation gives us aid to solve many of such questions.